large and swollen derriere. Shoppers had looked aghast as she shrieked in horror, puce with embarrassment, having realised what must have happened. Claudia had come hurtling out of the fitting room at the sound of Lucy's desperate yelp and, having rapidly assessed the situation, dragged Lucy towards the lift amidst mumbled apologies to the startled shop assistant, who stared gaping at the floor, dumbfounded. By the time they had made their way out of Selfridges and onto the heaving streets thronging with tourists and Saturday shoppers, Lucy had started to panic. With one hand on her lower back to support herself and the other shielding her protruding stomach, she began to sob. Claudia, in full protective tigress mode, sharpened her elbows as she pushed and shoved, yelling, "Get out of our way! She's in labour, for Christ's sake!" at the top of her lungs, clearing a pathway for Lucy to follow along behind. Eventually, they lurched over to a taxi rank and pounded on the window of the first unsuspecting driver in the queue, the man who was currently doing a good imitation of Lewis Hamilton in his desperate bid to deposit his unexpected cargo safely at the hospital doors. Reassured by the midwife that all was well, Lucy dropped her phone in Claudia's lap as another agonising surge of pain twisted through her. A garbled, inaudible screech escaped her lips. "What was that, Luce?" asked Claudia, trying to ignore the bone-crunching grip of Lucy's fist as she reached for her hand once again. Taking a deep breath in, Lucy looked at Claudia, her eyes pleading. "Call him," she begged. "Please, Claude, I need him." She tailed off as she closed her eyes and began to concentrate on her breathing. Claudia reached for Lucy's phone with her free hand. "Okay, Luce, I'll call him now. Don't worry, it's going to be okay," she muttered as she found his name and pressed the green button, sending a silent prayer that whatever he was doing and wherever he was, he would answer his phone. Chapter 1, June 2014. "You have got to be joking." A wave of nausea rushed up the back of Lucy's throat. "Seriously?" she thought. "What is wrong with people? Is there no shame?" She peered again at her laptop screen and reread the post from her long-lost school friend Eliza Lungshom Duloni. Even the name made her stomach squirm. A far cry from her previous surname, Pratt, she noted with a wry smile. Facebook status update. Eliza Lungshom Duloni. Feeling blessed. 1 hour, London. "Eliza is the luckiest girl in the world. Thanks, Schmoopy, for the best anniversary surprise. 10 red roses, 1 for each year. You are my soulmate, and I am so glad I found you." "Oh, please," Lucy muttered to herself. "Spare me." She scrolled down her newsfeed and scanned the updates from her various friends and acquaintances. Lucy winced and swept her fringe away from her eyes, leaning closer in disbelief as she caught sight of yet another portrayal of blissful family life. Michelle Murphy, 2 hours, London. "Thanking my lucky stars for my perfect family." The caption accompanied a carefully posed photograph of Michelle and her ridiculously handsome husband with their 3 blonde children, all in neatly pressed matching sailor suits, sitting on the steps to their mansion. They looked like a Ralph Lauren advert. Gorging on these cringe-worthy posts had become Lucy's preferred pastime. Why did people insist on sharing their private thoughts and moments with the world on social media? Her favourite of all time was from an American ex-colleague called Brett Davies. His post from across the world in Chicago had made her want to share it on worststatusupdatesever.com to publicly shame him. "Had a proud fiancé moment today. My speakers crashed off the wall at 3 a.m. and I leapt on top of Danny to cover her body with mine in case she got hurt. So pleased my natural instincts were to protect her first." Lucy didn't want to look at these displays of sickly sweet marital bliss, but she couldn't quite resist the urge. She found them bizarrely intriguing. They were a bit like the traffic jams caused by cars slowing down as they passed the site of a gruesome accident. "I will never share sentimental crap like that on social media," Lucy vowed solemnly to herself, attempting to shove aside the familiar sneer that popped into her mind that she may never get the chance. She wondered briefly if there was something wrong with her, if she was missing some kind of romance gene that would turn her into a simpering fool like Eliza or Brett. Perhaps all the romance-free years that fate's hand had dealt her had tarnished her tolerance. Or maybe, the cynical voice of reason suggested,